Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skeesh. We are on ReZero Season 4, Episode 3 this week, and as I said in the last video, I'm watching these before doing these videos so I can think about what's going on, and I must say this episode was gruesome. It was really gruesome. It took us back to, original ReZero stuff. One scene that comes to my mind was, I want to say it was Season 1. Don't quote me on that, but Subaru was near like the mansion and these snow bunnies came up and just started tearing him apart, and like that was the first time I had really thought to myself, like, holy fuck, dude, this show is like pretty gnarly. For being a very popular isekai, it is really gruesome. With that being said, let's hop into episode 3, and this one gets crazy. This is a gnarly episode. Okay, so if you recall the ending of episode 2, they had gone through this aura miasma because they were looping in the desert and they're trying to get to this tower. And Subaru's head fucking exploded. Something up there is killing them and obviously does not want them to get to the tower. So they had kind of worked their way around it and this hole had opened up and they fell in. So where we are right now is the bottom of this hole, and it is Subaru, Ram, and Anastasia with their dinosaur horse bird, whose name I really have a hard time pronouncing, but that's where we are at right now. The one thing about this part that I don't know the answer to is they fell not just in the, like, a pit in the desert doesn't look like it just opened up and more desert was below it. There's this purple haze. And something Ram said before that Beatrice theorized was like spatial disorientation. I don't know, but that makes me wonder, like, could the others be in a completely different plane of something so far out of the realm of just under the desert dunes? Because this purple shit does not look, this isn't the desert. It's clearly not the desert. Right here we have the classic left-right split, and personally, I'm a left fan, always have been. And everything I've seen is usually left is the answer. But as you'll find out very shortly, if you're watching this episode along, that Subaru does not choose the left. And it does not go very well. This scene kind of tells a lot. And looking back on it, I can see that it's telling a lot. But if you're watching it for the first time, you don't know. But their footsteps are getting heavy. They're getting slow and very heavy. And what's to come, I don't exactly know why, but there is something that is physically and emotionally weighing them down. So I think after Subaru opened up that door and they traverse that and get past it, that is where things really start getting bad and going downhill. And you can see that, I'm just going to keep calling it the horse. You can see the horse is obviously upset about something. Maybe they can sense that once they go through there, there's something not too awesome waiting for them at the end. I love Ram's like snarky quips. I'm glad she's taken a step forward in this season, or at least in this episode, because it felt like she was kind of on the back seat for a while. But I really enjoy when Ram shows up, and her drip goes crazy. Her snarky quips are fantastic, so it's really great to have Ram in the front seat for this episode. At least they've traversed through the first door and they made it to a second door, and Subaru looks back after opening it, and Anastasia and Ram are kind of looking down like they're just not there mentally. They're losing focus and something just seems a little off. Okay, here you can obviously tell that they're fatigued and something is going on as they're going through this tunnel, but we don't exactly know what. And even watching through it, I'm not 100% sure what exactly is going on. I'm not exactly sure like why Subaru threw their water back like that. I'm assuming it's because the aura or miasma is just affecting all of them pretty terribly. Like before this, Ram was being what's a good way to describe it? like Anastasia had said on Edge, so Subaru would say something to tempt the spirits, and Ram would hit him with like the shut up, and Anastasia was like, yeah, just keep your mouth shut, which is really off character for the both of them. Now Ram can have like quick quips and, you know, speak her mind right off, but for her to be like genuinely kind of pissed off that he's talking, that's really weird. And for Anastasia to agree with it, although it still kind of came off as like a helpful, hey, you know, read the room type thing, it's still a little weird. And Subaru throwing his water, which appears to be the only water they have in this desert tunnel, is just not a good idea. We've reached the third wall, and Subaru cannot open this wall. He doesn't know how he was doing it the first 2 times, but he put his hand on it. It would open. This third one is not doing that. And very obviously, the further they're progressing into here, the more angry, anxious, and on edge everyone is getting. Anastasia comes up to try and comfort him because he's freaking out about not being able to open this wall and being stuck in there. And he's losing his fucking mind right now. He's hitting lamps, and as I stated before, that's really out of character. Things are very obviously just getting more heated down here. Subaru's losing his mind on Ram and Anastasia, but Ram seems to be really, I don't give a shit. Subaru has lost the plot, and he's now starting to attack Ram, which is crazy. Like, whatever this thing that is making them go crazy is doing, it's really making them go crazy, because I could not imagine Subaru doing something like that, like, almost ever. This is where it starts to get like pretty gnarly in here. This fight like just turns into something that I was so not expecting. There's one scene in particular that I'll show, and here it just gets even crazier. Anastasia slips a knife into Ram's back and like fucking kills her right here. Anastasia does. And Subaru, after seeing Ram get stabbed by Anastasia, and she's up here like, like, you're gonna be awful on your own, you need me. He's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I get it. We can do this. One little part right here that makes this kind of interesting. So Anastasia's talking to Subaru right now. And I'll just play it and just listen. And she does this quick little cutesy, put the knife away, nothing's wrong, just listen to me. I love, and I know like this is a very serious scene and there's nothing good happening right here, but I like when ReZero does these shots in particular, like the close-up kind of looking down, the eyes look spread apart. They've done it with Subaru quite a few times, and it always just kind of gets a chuckle out of me. It's like a little callback they did. This right here, and there's just it just gets fucking gnarly. Like, this shit is disgusting, really. Anastasia just got chopped in half because Ram wasn't dead yet. She used her magic and chopped Anastasia in half. Her fucking organs are falling out. She's still holding on to Subaru alive. Like, they just made this as like disgusting as possible and just as visceral as they possibly could. And if you are, obviously I can't play audio with this for copyright reasons, but if you are listening to this with the audio, the sounds Anastasia is making and the Foley stuff that's going on with the sound of the blood and the organs, it's gnarly stuff. It's kind of gross. Even like during all this, he's still going on about Ram being a bitch and using her magic to kill him. And if you're thinking, how the hell does Subaru get out of this situation? Subaru has to die to restart. Well, we'll get there in 1 second. And the way Subaru does die is also fucking gnarly. And what happens before Subaru even gets killed is really fucking gnarly. Because there's one character that I had forgotten about, and maybe you did too, who we haven't seen in any of this scuffle that's gone on. That's right. The fucking dinosaur, the horse. The horse is still alive. And the horse is also being affected by the aura or miasma that has made Anastasia, Ram, and Subaru go fucking bananas. Again, if you're watching this with audio, you can hear it's just some nasty stuff like bones breaking. It's kind of disgusting. Man, that's just like that's a gnarly fucking sight. All the horses, you can see Ram's hair in there because he's fucking eating her. And here's how Subaru meets his end. This is why Ram's a real one. Subaru's puking because you know what he just went through is extremely traumatic. You just saw Ram get stabbed, get her head eaten, Anastasia chopped in half, and then he got his head eaten by the horse. So obviously that's pretty traumatic, and Ram is over here being the A1, helping him throw up a little bit, like, yeah, a little too much on a night out or something. Here we can see Subaru's kind of picking up on what happened. He's talking about the miasma, and I don't know if he's fully connected the dots, but I can't imagine he didn't. That this miasma is making them go crazy, and it changes them. I'm assuming it takes effect after they get through those walls. I don't know if it's right here in the beginning, but he obviously knows it's there, and they have talked about it in the last episode. He's making the right decision. Left tunnel's always the way. This is like an interesting thing that this part in particular made me think about it. If you had a power like Subaru's where you got killed, you went back, and obviously you don't want that to happen again, so you do whatever you can to prevent that from happening. And here Subaru is being really considerate, like telling Anastasia to keep low because the ceiling is low, the stairs are slippery, Ram, don't slip, if you get cold just let me know. And they obviously see that this is not how Subaru typically acts. So how it's just like when you go through something like that and you want to prevent it, you want to do everything possible to not have that happen again. And just like the steps Subaru is taking here, he's extremely on edge so that doesn't happen again. And they obviously see that he's acting out of character. So at least Subaru has made his way out of the tunnel and they've gone into this giant pit. That opens a whole new problem because what is the pit? We see bones, so it's obviously not somewhere fun to be, and it's gonna be really dangerous. But let's just see. Let's move forward a little bit and see what is living in this pit. It's this fucking thing, this horrifying looking minotaur with drills his hands, a mouth in his fucking stomach, and a pyramid head. Like this is not the type of thing that you want to walk into. Even though you were in an awful situation before, it's now significantly worse because this thing is here. That's fucking horrifying. And this thing looks gnarly. This thing looks so cool. I could imagine this being like a Souls type boss in one of the games. I mean, they really killed it with the design of this thing. Oh, and he can shoot fire out of his fucking stomach mouth. Like, dude, you're fucked. This is bad. Very obviously, things are not going good for them here. They're being charged by the Minotaur horse demon thing. Subaru's on the ground. He's really hurt. Ram doesn't stand a chance against this thing. And if this kills them again, the right path leads them to the miasma that makes them kill each other. The left path leads to this guy. So it's like, what do you do if you're in that situation? And Ram, an absolute unit, taking the lead and just being awesome and protecting Subaru if she can, even if it means she's probably going to get killed. Horse is gone. Something with insane power has killed the horse. But what is it? It is the character I've been waiting for this season. Not because I know anything about this character, but because I know who voices this character. One of my favorite voice actresses, Pharaoh's Eye, is voicing this character right here. And when I found that out, I was so excited. And then I watched this episode and she's here, and I am just really excited because Pharaoh's Eye is such an awesome voice actor. Definitely one of probably my favorite, and I just can't wait. I just cannot wait for where this goes. So that brings us to the end of episode 3. Yes, episode 3. And that was a gnarly episode. Very gruesome. We met a new character, and I am so curious about where we end up next week. I'm also curious where the others are and like what they're going through, if it's something similar or completely different. And that wraps up this episode. So thank you guys for watching. And tune in next week because we will be going over episode 4 of ReZero Season 4. We'll catch you in the next episode.